Fragments, the 12th episode of Series 2. It's written by Chris Chibnall and it's starring John Barrowman, Eve Miles, Bern Gorman, Norako Mori and Gareth David Lloyd. So yeah, in this episode, the Torchwood team, except Gwen, finds unidentified life forms, so they investigate an abandoned building. But then they realised it's a trap! So the building collapses and every team gets a flashback on how they joined Torchwood, which is interesting. As Gwen slept in, so Reese decided to give her a lift to that building. Starting with Captain Jack's story, set in 1392 deaths earlier. He woke up after being impaled by a smashed bottle. He gets picked up by two women, Alice Gubby and Emily Holroyd, who worked for Torchwood in Victorian times. So they analyse Jack by killing him, including drowning him, and shot him, and they say that the Doctor is the enemy of Torchwood, thanks to Queen Victoria. So Jack accepted a job to work for Torchwood. He captured a blowfish. After many decades later, in New Year's Eve 1999, Jack discovers dead staff members, and it was his boss, Alex Hopkins, because he's feared about the 2000s and the horrors it may hold. Alex has used a piece of alien technology that showed him the future and decided to eliminate his team as mercy killings, knowing that if they lived, their fates would perhaps be even worse. So he killed himself and let Jack be the leader. In present day, Jack came back to life as he got crushed by rocks. Next we have Tosh's story set in 5 years earlier. Tosh had to build a human-built sonic device called Sonic Modulator in order to set her mum free. But as a result, the unit came in and imprisoned Tosh, and they'll never release her. But then Jack came and offered her a job, as he used his instincts to trust her, and yeah, the unit owes Jack a favour, so he gets them to wipe her record. In present day, the team are struggling to get Tosh out, and she broke her arm. Ianto Jones' story set in 20 months earlier. Jack was getting attacked by a weevil, so Ianto helped. Then he kept harassing him for a new job and praising Jack's code. So after they helped together to capture a pterodactyl together, which is the same one they kept and call her Mfanwai, Ianto gets a job. In present day, Jack and Gwen helped Ianto out of the rocks. Owen's story set in 4 years earlier. He works as a doctor because he came to believe that saving just one life would make his own worthwhile. But he found out that one was never enough. There was another demanding to be saved. He could never succeed. He also has a fiancée, Katie Russell, who works as a junior doctor at the same hospital as Owen. She diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and Owen refuses to accept the illness and gets them to keep examining her brain. But nothing different until the final one. The doctors thought she had a brain tumour, but turns out to be an alien inside it, which I couldn't look, but I remembered that killed the doctors and her with the toxic gas, which is a sad scene. That explains why Owen's eyes went down for a bit after when he got asked who was the last person he kissed from the episode Countryside. This is where Owen meets Jack. After when he looked at her grave, he understandably attacks Jack, saying he could have saved her. But then he agrees to join Torchwood. Back in the present day, everyone is out of the abandoned building and Jack receives a holographic message, and it was Captain John Hart. And he shows him Grey. He's planning to destroy the world so Jack can spend time with him. Man, this episode is well acted and well written. So, what's your thoughts on Fragments? As always, thanks for watching. And for the final episode, oh boy, a lot of shit is going down. I'll see you then.